Welcome back to the Women's MTV Network channel. Today we're doing a review of the Kuat ION bike rack. This bike rack was built specifically for e-bikes and carrying heavy bikes. Each tray can hold up to 100 pounds of bike. So you don't have to just carry analogs if you have heavy e-bikes, fat bikes, tires that can fit up to 4 inches wide. This is the bike rack for you. So this Kuat bike rack, the Piston ION, is made for heavy e-bikes. Each tray can carry 100 pounds of bike, which is absolutely incredible and an upgrade from the other bike racks that Kuat has on the line right now. The wheel size for each one, you can fit anything between 18 inches to 29-inch wheel size, so kids' bikes can go in there really well. And the tire width, anything from a kid's bike tire to a 4.8 tire width, which is absolutely incredible if you are a person who does adventure riding with fat bikes in the snow. Now, some of the features on the rack that I really enjoy is down here. This is how you tighten and untighten the rack, which is great for stability. As you can see, the rack isn't going anywhere. Another feature that is new to their line is this lock mechanism right here. So when this is on, you cannot roll the bike rack on or off. See, it won't lower at all. So what you do is you simply turn it. When it pops out with the red there, you know it's good to go. And then you can step on the rack and lower it. It's just good for extra stability. So if you wanted to lock it back up, you can. Another cool feature here is that it comes with a really sturdy cable that you can lock into the rack itself and wrap the bikes on. So the other feature that the bike rack has that allows you to access your trunk even with bikes on is you can fold the bike rack down like that, which then allows you to open up your trunk. So to open the rack up so that you can use it, you have to hold down this ratchet and lift it. See how it stops it there with these ratchets right here. So you have to always hold this down up to a point for it to open all the way up. Once it gets close to the end, you'll be able to lower it without touching it so that you can roll bikes on. But when you're done, you still have to hold the latch down to raise it up until it clicks on. So here's where you can adjust the tire height for what bike you have on here. It can adjust anything from a 29-inch tire down to an 18-inch tire, so that you have a kid's bike, something smaller, it'll fit right there as well. And if the bike is smaller, because it would be a smaller wheelbase for a kid's bike, the arm does allow it for it to go all the way down to lock in for something a little bit smaller. So you can buy this rack with the light kit on or off. We have it with the light kit on, and we actually install it ourselves. Here's a shot of that.
The Lightbar kit comes in a very compact package with everything that you need to install it, including all the wiring and the tools. Installation is very simple, and you can always go on Kuat's website for a walkthrough on where to remove all of the things that you need to get the wiring through the rack, as well as how to fit in the Lightbar itself. In our case, we needed an adapter to connect the wiring from the Lightbar directly into our car. This is something I will discuss later on in the video. Once the adapter is in, everything is good to go. It's literally plug and play. It also comes with these magnetic wiring cable routes, which are really cool and you can place anywhere you need to on the rack. And then installing the actual lights was super easy, especially with the provided tools.
That wasn't super difficult to do at all. But the really cool thing with this is that if you have heavy bikes, you're going to be able to see your brake lights here, which is actually really cool. The one thing you do have to make note of is, depending on the car you have, the Lightbar attachment may need an adapter to be put in there. So for our car, for the Tesla, it comes with this Lightbar here already, but we needed to get an adapter to fit in there because this tow hitch did not have the 4 bars that you'll see right now that you need to put in there. So it's just something to keep in mind, that you may need an extra adapter depending on the car that you have and what you're going to hitch into. So here's how the light bar attaches. And these things here are actually magnetic, which is great. So you can kind of customize the way you want this to go into the cars to activate the light bars. One thing to note is that this bike rack in and of itself is really heavy because it has to sustain bikes that, in theory, if you wanted to, are 200 or 100 pounds each on each tray, right? And so for our car, this specific model, in the Tesla Model Y, and I'm not sure for other SUVs, you're gonna have to go into the Google machine and find this out, the vertical tongue weight that this car allows, the max vertical tongue weight, is 150 pounds. So something to be aware of, right? Like I couldn't have this rack, which is about 80 pounds or so, plus 200-pound bikes on here. That would max out the car and it would not work for this at all. It works for us now because we have an analog bike and an e-bike plus the rack. This is not an issue for heavier trucks or other trucks that have a pretty significant tongue weight on there. Just something to keep an eye out if you have a smaller size SUV like this car. One of the things I found challenging with this bike rack was loading the bike by yourself, because these hinges right here, you need to have both one hand on the hinge and on the arm to release it back. So I'm gonna try and take these bikes off by myself without help. Wish me luck. So first we're gonna undo the clasp on the tire right here. And then what I like to do is just quickly hold that to release it. Push that back a bit so that the tire is still within the arm so the bike isn't gonna fall. And then you do the same over on this side. But see how you have to hold down the lever here for the bike to go down. So like this, the bike isn't going anywhere. So I'm gonna try and lower this just a little bit here to where the tire still meets the arm, and then I'll do the same thing in the back. And then now I can pull this bike out. And then another thing you have to be cautious on is when you're latching this down, this strap right here can get stuck if you're just gonna do this. If you're just gonna do that, the latch is gonna get stuck and then you have to pull this back up. So be sure to run that through really snug so that when you lower this down, it's not gonna get stuck right there. So then you gotta hold this arm down, ratchet that back down. Now, the cool thing that I love about this bike rack though, is the fact that I have a really heavy e-bike. This bike in a small is 53 pounds, so it's pretty heavy. And what I like about it is that this stand comes with an actual ramp where you can load the bikes on and off. So this is the ramp that comes with the bike rack. And it's expandable, because if you can see it, like if you put it down like this, kind of a weird angle, right? So you're gonna want to extend it. Super easy right here, just like that, and you lock it in place. Now, to get this bike down, what I'm gonna do before I do that is, like I did earlier, I'm gonna unlock these. So this part folds all the way down. What I mean is, it goes all the way to the ground. And here's what's sketchy is that this bike is kind of heavy, right? And as you can see, it's just leaning a little bit in the front right there with the front tire. So now what I'm gonna do, taking this off by myself, is I grab the ramp and I attach it in the back, right here. And then I'm going to pull this strap over here and roll the bike back. There you go. It's super easy and really handy, especially like I said, for really heavy e-bikes. So now let's go to loading the bikes. I'm gonna open this all the way down because I'm gonna load my e-bike first. Always make sure, here's the tip, always make sure to undo this strap because you don't want to make the mistake of loading the bike on and that strap being tied down. I'm gonna put this arm, since I'm loading this by myself, I'm gonna put this arm probably like in an angle like this, because if I'm to load the bike on by itself and the arm is in this position, the bike isn't gonna fit all the way down into this slot right here. So That's one of the challenges, figuring out the angle in which you need to put the bike on so that you can do this by yourself. Now, I'm gonna put this ramp back on here, like that. I think that should be good to go. Let me grab my bike. I'm gonna line it up to where it is going to, there we go. Guide it from the back. Make sure that it fits. See, that fits enough to where if I lean the bike, it's leaning here on this arm and a little bit right here too, so that it's holding the tire down. And now what you have to do is take this off carefully, hold the ratchet here so that you can lift this back up. There we go, secure the tire like that. So again, you just have to make sure that everything is lined up so that the bike stays where you want it. And then you grab the strap right here. One thing to note is that depending on where you have the tire, this strap is just gonna hit the nipple of the bike. And you don't really want that. So you have to have this loose enough to where you can kind of move the tire around to then really strap that down like that. Once you have it, you just tighten the bike up. Strap it there and here. And that's not going anywhere. There you go. That's it. That's how you load a heavy e-bike. Now to finish the process, let's make sure we put the other bike on here as well. Again, make sure you unlatch this. Now this bike here is actually really light, so I don't need a ramp for that, but if you're in an SUV or a car that's pretty high up and you're kind of tired from the day, you want to put the ramp on there, no shame in that. There we go. So if you need to access your trunk, and this may be a little tricky depending on the weight of the bikes you have on here, you just gotta hit that lever down, like so. Comes down like that. And then you go over here and you open your trunk. There you go. It's really nice clearance, and I'm assuming this would work with trucks. I'm not sure, I can't speak to that. Let's get this back up. So currently this bike rack is on sale on Kuat's website for $12.89, and that does not include the light bars. If you wanted to buy the light bar separately, you can, or you can buy the rack with the light bars already installed for $14.38. I believe that's the price on their website right now. Overall, it's a really good deal for those of you who have really heavy e-bikes and don't want to just, physically carry the bike on and off. Especially those of you who have recreational e-bikes. You're on an RV, you're on a trip. This comes in really handy. The fact that you can lower this all the way down and get the bike on in a ramp is really advantageous. Those of you who have higher up trucks or higher up cars, SUVs, etc., it's another really good option, so you don't have to just, carry that heavy e-bike up there. Doesn't matter how strong you are, after a long day of riding, you're not gonna wanna pick up a 50-pound bike, 60, 70-pound bike to just lift it up there. So I love the fact that this stand comes with the ramp option. So who's this rack for? Honestly, anyone. This rack is so great that you can use it just for analog bikes, you can use it for long road trips, you can use it for heavy e-bikes, you can use it for those throttle e-bikes, and you can even use it for Surons if they're under 100 pounds per tray. For us, we're using it mainly for e-bikes and some of these analog bikes for long road trips. And one of the things I love about it is that I'm kind of short, and so the ramp works really well when I want to load the e-bike on and off, even though it is a mountain bike e-bike. On our other car, it's a little bit higher off the ground, and I think that's a really valuable thing if you have a ramp so that you can get the bike on and off. It's just going to make your life a little bit easier.
As you can see in the back of the car, the rack really is very, very stable. It may look like it's swaying around, but that's just because of the road that we're on. Having used this rack all around Southern California, I'm very confident that the bikes are stable and not going anywhere. Thank you all for watching this review. Let us know what you think of this rack in the comments below. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Be sure to check out our website for more reviews on all things MTB. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel.